Welcome back, everybody, and let's have a look at some of these charts. So I'm obviously not your financial advisor; it's not financial advice. So we'll get going then, shall we? Well, first of all, we'll start looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart. So the Bitcoin dominance chart shows us that we've retraced from this high of 73.53, and we're actually bouncing now on the 72%, which is roughly on this 21-day moving average, the 21 EMA. If this does fall down, which it could do, it could fall further than this, and it would have to have a large pump for other alts, or for the alts to stay where they are. If Bitcoin was to fall down, for instance, then we're probably coming down to test 70.5% perhaps, maybe, but I would be surprised if we come down that far, but that would be our next step. But I do expect to see a little bounce, perhaps maybe from here. But we'll just have to wait and see. Moving on, we'll go to the crypto market, which is all alts, excluding Bitcoin, and we're actually bouncing on that first level of support that we said. So I did expect this to fall down because we've still got quite a bit further to go, considering this is a daily chart with a death cross in it, so I would expect it to fall down even more. So we're having a little bounce from here, so this coincides with what we've just seen on the Bitcoin dominance chart, actually. So as this goes up, that goes down, but where we will be rejected from here, probably, if we're not rejected already, when this green comes back down, I would expect that to be a rejection point. Now, if we, for whatever reason, do get above this green exponential, then we could start to see that bending around and actually changing the trajectory of the overall formation of this, showing that Bitcoin dominance might be likely to fall even further as alts create their pump. But I don't expect to see anything like this happen, or any major sort of move in alts, or recovery in the alt market, should I say, to probably around November. So we'll move on to Bitcoin then. So this is Bitcoin on the 4-hourly. So I'll just get rid of this. It's a little messy with that one. But what's basically been happening is we're having this battle take place over this area here. Where some bulls are trying to create the golden cross, and the bears are trying to avoid it. And at the moment, it looks like the bears are just winning, but they're only one big move away from losing, really. It's right in the middle of a trading zone. You can see we're right in the middle of a big area of support and a big area of resistance, so it's pretty much a waiting game. You'd have to just wait this one out, really. You can go ahead and gamble if you want, but it's not really worth it when there's quite a lot at stake, really, because it could honestly go one way or another. Once it's decided which way it wants to go, then we can start to get interested in putting our positions on and allocating decent positions for that. But at the moment, we just have to wait it out, and I know that's frustrating. What I would say, though, is that I believe that I think there's still a bias to be had in favour of in favour of the bears. Sorry, I think the bears have probably got this one. Got the upper hand on this one, as we're coming back down now, considerably being rejected every time we get above it, and actually now becoming rejected when we get to the green 50, where previously we often find support on that, and now we're finding rejection on it. So it does look to me like, and just from the general formation, that the bears have the upper hand. That said, it's not really worth placing a short, to be honest, just in case, because I did have a short on it the other day. Took a short on from around about this position, and this big move here just stopped me out. So that'll teach me to get ahead of the game. And this time round, I'm just going to wait it out and allocate an appropriate position and see where this one takes us. So let's have a look at some of these other coins then. So we like to have a look at Matic, don't we, on this channel? So we'll have a quick look now. So Matic is actually not looking too bad. A lot of these alts are going to start benefiting from that decrease in Bitcoin dominance. Matic yet to find that pump, I should say. However, when we look at it here, we're kind of making higher lows, which is something to be sort of relatively happy about. However, we failed just recently to make a higher high, so again, it's a matter of just waiting this one out. It's a really strange situation at the moment in general for the entire market, especially for coins like Matic, which aren't really listed on many other exchanges, and as Binance is going to be unavailable for the US customers for in the short term at least. But actually, when you look closely, Matic's not going to be, well, isn't currently listed on the US Binance. So I would imagine that will certainly hurt the price, if not keep the price stagnant for a while. We'll have a look at the tether pairing. So we had this descending trend that we've got coming out of here, and we've actually broken above it, and we currently have stayed above it. I'm sorry, I'm messing around with the Ichimoku clouds at the moment, so I won't bore you with the details on that. But again, it's not looking too bad. We're having to find a bounce around here. We're constantly testing the support ranges of the incremental steps down from 1.5 to 1.45 to 1.4 to 1.35 and so on. Generally speaking, if we stay above this green 50 exponential, everything should be okay, but we're coming back down to test now. We've been testing a few times. We tested a few times here and it broke. We did bounce above it. I imagine we'll be testing it a few times and it'll probably break again. We'll just have to wait and see. Like I say, I can't really help you with that one too much. EOS is a coin that I've been looking at quite closely now, because it seems to be the front runner of the alts actually. Litecoin used to be that guy, and I think now EOS has taken its place as the front runner for any sort of alt movement. So it's a bit of a pioneer when it comes to being the first to move, and possibly the first to retrace. So we had a really good move yesterday, and we can trace this one out ever so slightly, as you could do this with most altcoins actually. Where are we? So we had a break here. Yeah, so this is what we're looking at, this descending trend all the way down from here to here, and basically, I know that's very messy, but we've broken out of that at the moment. The main question is, can we stay out of there? Not entirely sure. I would imagine if Bitcoin falls, all the alts will fall, so we will see a fall on here, but it looks like it might have changed its trend, so we'll have to wait and see with this one again. But like I say, this will be the front runner, I think, for all the other alts to follow suit from what I can see, and whatever EOS decides to do, I think a lot of the other major alts will follow. And I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about things like Litecoin, Cardano, maybe Tron. These sort of coins. They will follow suit when it comes to EOS's moves. Now that's obviously just my take on it, but that's what Litecoin used to do. Litecoin used to make the moves, then Bitcoin used to follow, and alts used to follow after that. So it looks like this one might be doing that for us now. That I guess Litecoin, it's not a thing of the past, and it's always going to be a good coin, but the halving event certainly put a lot of expectations on it, and a lot of buying sentiment on it as well. And we'll have a look at the Bitcoin pairing, and it's almost identical, to be honest. It looks pretty strong. We're definitely looking quite good with this one. So again, we've had a big move here. I imagine consolidation down now. Where's that likely to be? Perhaps maybe down to this area here of 3,560 satoshis, perhaps at the most, before a continuation. I think we'll find a continuation. At the moment, we're certainly going to be consolidated around this area, and we'll be coming back down. It depends how far down, but I would imagine that perhaps maybe down to around 3,600. We'll say. I would be looking to perhaps maybe make another entry on EOS at that point, but we'll wait and see. It's probably going to be consolidating for a few days now, if not the rest of the week. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. If there is any coins that you want me to have a look at, send me a message, obviously, and let me know how you feel about sort of the alt season, if you can call it that. I'm not going to call it an alt season. I don't believe that this is going to be an alt season. My take on it is simply that we're only going to get an alt season when we see a golden cross take place on here. And like I say, we're not going to see a recovery, I would expect, till November. But yeah, if you think there's going to be an alt season, you think I'm wrong, please let me know why. I'd love to be corrected on that one. And just because alts are finding a pump doesn't mean that's an alt season. An alt season is going to be something that looks a little more like this. It's definitely not going to look like this. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.